point I want to make, and hey, maybe it's just me, but this is actually what I like about TikTok as opposed to Instagram. And once again, maybe it's just me, but to me, I've noticed like TikTok feels more real. Not all the time, of course, and like I don't like speaking broad generalizations, and there are no hard and fast rules, but it's like Instagram feels a lot more like, whether it's the algorithm or the people on there, are only speaking about or showing what they think everyone else wants to see, and sometimes like it ends up feeling too picture perfect.
Fake.
Versus TikTok, where I've discovered like a lot of people on there aren't afraid to show their pain and show who they really are beneath the whole mask. And no, I'm not saying like every person has to detail their whole story and to put the people who hurt them on blast, because I'm definitely not about that. And to be honest, I actually think like that's very weak and immature behavior in and of itself, because once again, some things are meant to be kept private. But what I like is when you can hear, I'm going through this pain, even without like specifics, and see others relate to this, and we can then hear how this person is getting through it. And that often helps us get through it, as long as we don't stay down there, of course, and use it like as an excuse. Now also another trap is, of course, some people start identifying with their pain too much, without focusing on the solutions, or working on healing, because it becomes easier to stay in that mindset, and stay in that low feeling, and just like to label yourself with that thing.
But I'm disturbed. I'm depressed. I'm inadequate.
And another issue with that is when people start thinking like there's something wrong because others or even strangers on social media will try to diagnose their pain. When most of the time there's nothing wrong with you, quote unquote. You're human. You feel and you heal. That's actually what's right about you. Whenever you're feeling something deeply, that's actually an indication that you're someone who's going through something that mattered to you and that's important to you, and so now you're feeling what you're supposed to. So remember to tell your story and keep living your story, but don't leave the good parts out. And remember that like the good parts aren't just what's perfect, aren't just what goes well, but the imperfections and the mistakes and tough moments that molded you into the person who you are now, and into the amazing person who you are now. And of course, while I am always telling everyone to do our best to focus on the good and to focus on the positive, this also does not mean ignoring the bad or the challenges, because feeling those and acknowledging those is actually the best way to overcome them, and then to get back onto the positive side.